This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Hello, I'm Justin Pizzera with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. A family left grieving and searching for answers after a Valley grandmother was killed in a drive-by shooting. This happened early Sunday morning at a restaurant near 43rd Avenue in Thomas. 64-year-old Lady Smith's son says the business is owned by a family friend. His mom helps take cover charge and greet customers. Another woman was injured in that shooting. Lady died at the hospital. Her family is now calling on the community to help police find the shooter.
Right now, we're all heartbroken. We want the community to come forward. We want whoever did this to do the right thing.
The other woman who was shot is expected to be okay. At last check, Phoenix police say no one has been arrested. Using advancements in technology to try and stop ambulances from being stolen, the idea from several Valley fire departments comes in response to a growing number of ambulance thefts. 2 in just the last week. 1 in Mesa over the weekend, and then last week in Phoenix.
Absolutely look at any policy change and maybe securing them more. But again, that incurs cost.
We're going to have to find kind of a balanced approach to limit opportunities for things to be stolen. But at the same time, we're always going to have that ready state. That's just a necessary component of our job.
The Phoenix Fire Department says the average cost of an ambulance is around $300,000. The trial for Lori Vallow Daybell is underway in Boise, Idaho. The former Valley mother charged in the death of her children and former wife of her husband. Examination will be today for the widow of Daybell's brother, who met Vallow Daybell in 2018 at a religious meetup.
I thought they were kind, loving, righteous, law-abiding.
Did you believe that they were led by the Spirit?
At the time, yes.
We will stay on top of this ongoing trial and keep you updated with what develops in the courtroom. Now to our nation's capital, where Republican leaders and the White House are still at odds on the U.S. debt ceiling. The deadline to come up with a solution just keeps inching closer. Republican leaders in the House say the U.S. has more than 31 trillion reasons to tighten the purse strings. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy previewed a plan that calls for lifting the debt ceiling for 1 year. It'll contain spending cuts and revenue raisers that he says will limit Washington's spending, save taxpayer money, and grow the economy. While there's no official date as when the U.S. could possibly default if the debt ceiling isn't boosted, officials say it could happen within months. Arizona gas prices have gone up an average of 60 cents across the state. That's according to the latest numbers from AAA, showing the average price for a gallon of unleaded is $4.56 a gallon right now. We're lucky to see that at the majority of places in the valley, but Scottsdale is averaging $4.96 a gallon. We've seen plenty of places over $5 a gallon. Compare those numbers to the national average, which is $3.68. The U.S. men's national soccer team is getting ready to take on Mexico right here in the Valley. The all-new matchup called the All-State Continental Clasico will be held tomorrow night at State Farm Stadium. The game will air on TBS, Telemundo, HBO Max, and Peacock. But if you want to be in on all of that action, tickets are still for sale starting at $45.
Happy Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Look for a high of 87 today. After reaching the 90s yesterday, temperatures are going to start to trend back down as winds pick up across the state too. Gusts could be as high as 25 to 30 miles an hour in the valley today, and they're going to be stronger in that northern pocket of our state where gusts could be as high as 45 miles an hour. Then tomorrow, the winds increase even further, and by tomorrow afternoon, it's breezy to windy again across Arizona, and that's going to also increase the risk for wildfires. So use caution and know that it may not take much to spark a wildfire as relative humidity stays low, but also as those winds pick up, that means fires could spread fairly easily. So use caution. Temperatures today in the 60s to 70s across northern Arizona. For Phoenix, it's a high of 87 this afternoon. Tonight, that low drops to 60 in Phoenix with lows in the 30s to 40s up north. And again, more winds in the forecast tomorrow before the winds start to ease up on Thursday. Temperatures will stay in the 80s in the valley through Friday. The 90s are back this weekend.
Get another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at abc15.com or by downloading the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.